Hello everybody! I want to share with you a wonderful gift that a coworker gave me just the other day. It is a poster, never been opened, from the mid-1980s. It relates to one of my favorite subjects, Disney. Let me share with you a little background before we open it. Consider liking and subscribing as I show you some of my fun Disney memorabilia. I am a Disney fan. From facts to artifacts, to parks, and to cruises, I am typically drawn to Disney-based things. At various times, I have collected artifacts that are rarer than others. But let's take a look at a few of the items in my collection. While there is a lot that I have purchased, there are a variety of items that I have been given over time. The most liquid of my collection is pin trading. While I have very few truly rare pins, I have a lot that I like quite a bit. My wife also shows her favorites alongside mine. Probably the rarest pin I own is a Disney Tron Light Cycle pin, which is a limited edition numbered pin that made its way all the way from Disney Shanghai's grand opening of the Tron roller coaster. My wife put together this awesome pin sheet that allows us to roll out all the pins and roll them back into a tight roll and keep them protected and unable to fall out or get lost. Next we have this fun craft that a family member gave us with a few words from Disney's Carousel of Progress song, "There's a great big beautiful tomorrow." Which, yeah, I really can't just say that normally. The song pops into my head every single time. Next I have the collector's plate that was sold on the 50th anniversary of Mickey Mouse. Sadly, due to my own ignorance, I am the reason that this beautiful plate has a crack right across it. It was below me when I was setting up some things on a shelf above it, when one of the items fell and broke the plate diagonally in half. I have done my best to mend it, but such is life. I cannot forget the various Disney-themed games that I have purchased. A little while ago we moved into this house, and sadly our Disney snow globes have not yet come out of packing yet. They are still found at my parents' house, nicely tucked away and hopefully in a complete state. But there's this one that I can show you right here, alongside with a deck of cards and 2 Lego minifigurines that I have managed to collect at a Comic-Con. We have also taken advantage of a vinyl cutter that my wife owns to produce some crafts of our own with motivational statements from the characters pictured here. As a rather fascinating note, we have found a really neat little air popper that is Disney themed. It features Mickey pushing a popcorn cart. It is really awesome, and it's a cute little memorabilia to have. Since the beginning of our marriage, my wife and I have had a tradition that we make sure to buy a Christmas ornament that represents the biggest item of that year. And since Disney has been part of our past, we have several Disney Christmas ornaments that we purchased, and we try to keep it unique. Even in, for example, 2017, we went to both Disneyland and Disney World, so we have 2 from that year. The Christmas ornaments that we buy, we try to make sure are as closely themed to the big event of the year, but in the terms of Disney, we just try to buy a unique one. And we've added on to this with our kids getting old enough that they can participate. We make sure that we get them an ornament as well that represents their big item of that year too. So, as you can see here, we've collected a few. These Christmas ornaments are very important to us. As time goes on, they become irreplaceable, as most of them are year-based themed. There are a few that we might be able to get away with replacing if our kids ever accidentally broke one or, but we really do try to take good care of these, and we keep them very carefully packed away until Christmas time, when we are so excited to bring them out. Now, these are just the Disney-themed Christmas ornaments that we have collected, so don't just think that we only have Disney Christmas ornaments. We have plenty of others. I have bought Legos for my kids, as well as I have been given a few myself. And here's the keynote of my collection, Steamboat Willie, a set I received just last year. I took the liberty of making a little extra clip to show how this Steamboat Willie Lego moves. We come now to some beautiful art that I recently got from my mom for Christmas. She found it in a thrift store, of all things, and this art, it dates back to 1957, and the smaller one I can't find a date on. So it looks about the same artistry, so I'm guessing that it's around the same time. But it's really interesting to know that I have memorabilia that dates back to within the decade of the opening of Disneyland. I'm honored that my mom picked me to be able to receive this beautiful art that she found, and I was super excited to be able to hang it up on the walls in my house just recently. While I was born way later, I feel like these pieces of art helped me to feel a little bit more part of the original beginnings of the happiest place on earth. And check out this wonderful watercolor that was sent to us just after a Disney cruise. And it's Disney Cruise Line themed. It's nice. I'm still looking for a frame to be able to fit it into so that I can enjoy it for many years while it sits alongside all the other art that I have. In the various times that I've gotten to visit Disneyland, and the only time I got to visit Disney World, I have gotten the chance to take some really good pictures. And these two that I have had printed out and I framed, I'm very fond of, especially the one on the left. I managed to capture the castle with nobody in this picture. And it is still one of my favorite pictures that I've taken. And I took that picture easily 3 years ago. The Disney World castle I got to shoot in the evening, which gives me an awesome view of the Disneyland castle having the sunrise, the Disney World castle having the sunset, in terms of the lighting for both of these pictures. And now, without further ado, with the help of my wife, we will open this now 32-year-old, never-been-opened, commemorative 60th anniversary poster of Mickey Mouse. Remember, help me out by liking and subscribing to my channel. Okay, here we go. How great is it that in 32 years, this poster sustained very little damage? I am told that it was stored in a garage or workshop for most of its time. And the reason why it came to me was because my coworkers know that I am very fond of Disney, and the two pictures that I showed you earlier I had in my office for quite some time. My coworker was helping his father clean out the garage, and during the clean out they found this poster, and my coworker said, you know what, I know someone who would take good care of this, and his father said I was just going to throw it away anyway, and therefore I became the new owner of this wonderful and exciting poster. So with the help of my wife, we're going to open this and let's unroll this. As you can see, I have to still rip off the plastic on the end. It's going to take a little bit to get this unwrapped, so I'm going to take a little bit of time to reminisce about the fact that I've been able to go to Disneyland several times over the years. I said earlier that I've only been to Disney World once. I feel like I didn't really get a total experience the second time I went because we only went for the evening. But for that evening, we did go to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and that was excellent fun, and I shouldn't discredit it. I have been to Disney World, at least the Magic Kingdom, twice. That being said, I really enjoy the fact that even in a tight economy and with the various situations that cause us to have to pay for other things in this day and age, I have been able to save up and organize trips where I would be able to go and experience more Disney and learn more about the parks and everything that's going on there. And I've really enjoyed traveling to Disney over the years. Let's see if we can get into the picture for you. Man, that is a beautiful poster. Look how well it stayed preserved in 32 years. This poster, if it was ever opened, was opened very carefully and then put away carefully. And it's very likely that it hasn't been pulled out in all that time. My guess is that it was possibly a poster that was purchased at Walmart or Kmart, because of the label on the end, it just kind of makes me feel like it was bought somewhere locally. But still, it had to have been bought during the 1988 season. I have arranged for this poster to be protected and framed so I can display it in my house. It'll probably take a little bit of time, but I really wanted to give you guys the opportunity to witness this piece of Disney past. I find it so fun having anything Disney in my life. I believe that Walt had a very good mind. And while Walt Disney was an entrepreneur and he made a profit on all things Disney, I still believe that he genuinely wanted to try to make a place that would be wonderful and fun for all ages. Thank you for joining me on this exciting adventure to open this 32-year-old piece of Disney art. I am so excited to be able to have this as part of my collection. Thank you for watching Neebo's Niche. And as Mickey Mouse would say it, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now.